So, this is it. December 31st, 2023. Or as a meme online will tell you, 123, 123. Happy Sunday, everyone. Okay, so I actually have a lot to get through because I'm actually going to attempt something I didn't think I would try and do, but you know what? Considering this whole year, I might as well, and that is go over this entire year in retrospective as best as I can. So, I'm going to have to rapid fire everything so I can get into the real meat and potatoes of this video. With that said, my low is, well, here's the thing. I would say it's a low only because I didn't get to go to this. But to be fair, I wasn't invited to this, so I guess I'm not that upset necessarily. But a friend of mine who's actually having twins had her baby shower yesterday, and I actually got her gifts, which were my act of kindness. Actually, I got a couple acts of kindness. It was that. I got some groceries for my mom that she asked me to get, and I helped my folks watch my nephews at dinner. So, yeah, I did. So, yeah, I did several acts of kindness yesterday. But, again, I wasn't. I mean, listen, it basically includes this one family that I've been getting to know for like the last 5 months, and they've literally made this the best 5 months of my life, if you checked out yesterday's video. But, I mean, there are several things that they all got involved in that I wasn't invited to, so, yeah, I get why. I mean, it's a baby shower, you know, I'm a friend of this person, but I wouldn't say I'm like, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm close, but, you know, at the very least, the important thing is, I did get my friend her gifts, and, you know, she enjoyed them, so that's important, that's the most important thing, so I can't really complain about that. And my high is the fact that she enjoyed her gifts, because, I mean, yeah, you know, it's her baby shower. She deserves it. She deserves to be happy, you know? As well as, okay, I go to Illegal last night, and, oh, actually, you know what? There's another act of kindness I did, too. There was a party going on in the Barrel House up at Illegal, and my friend was working that party, but after the party was over, I helped put stuff away. Because, you know, I want to help my friend out. So, yeah. I did a bunch of acts of kindness yesterday. I feel good about that. But, I ran into some friends yesterday. You know, that's another act of kindness. Like, a couple of friends of mine are actually part of a real estate business. And they were having, like, a party over at Illegal. And, you know, I got to see them. That was awesome. It was funny. They asked me to take a group photo of them, so I did. But here's what gets funnier. There was one couple in which the guy is a Dolphins fan, and so as they were about to take the picture, I yell, "Say go Bills!" That was funny. That was easily the funniest thing that happened all night, no question. But yeah, I didn't mean for yesterday to be as great as it was, and it was great. It was just a wonderful, wonderful day. And now, let's get into my NFL picks for today, shall we? So, let's see. Oh, actually, you know what? Another part of my high. The Cowboys won! Yes, Cowboys won. And Jimmy Johnson's in the Ring of Honor. That makes me happy. Let's see, we got the Titans and the Texans. I'll take the Texans. Falcons and Bears. You know what? Actually, let me look at the NFL playoff picture real fast. Hold on. NFL playoff picture, okay. Because I think both the Bears and the Falcons are still... Are the Falcons? Okay. Ooh. Basically, if the Bears win, they actually have a slim shot at making the playoffs. And the Bears have actually been playing pretty solid lately. So you know what? Actually, let me look up first. You know what? I feel for the Bears, but I think this is where the road stops here for them. I'll pick the Falcons over the Bears. Dolphins and Ravens? Ravens. That's an easy one. I mean, they destroyed the 49ers. What hope do the Dolphins have? Saints and the Buccaneers. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. Actually, are the Bucs the 4th seed? Oh, yeah, they are. Okay. And if they win today, they pretty much make the playoffs. Cool. But yeah, I'll pick the Buccaneers. Patriots and Bills, let's go Buffalo. Actually, that reminds me. My friend who had her baby shower yesterday, she's a Bills fan, and I actually got her a Buffalo Bills related gift. So, actually, basically what I got my friend was a jar of pickles, a brand of her favorite chips for the Weiss onion garlic chips, one of my favorites too, and no kidding, I found a breakfast cereal called Josh's Jacks, which is basically a Josh Allen themed breakfast cereal. I mean, it serves as both a gag gift, but again, she's a Bills fan, so it works. It works on my gifts work on multiple levels. See, when you get to know me and I do things for you, everything I do works on so many levels than what's superficial. Okay, so yeah, I got the Bills win against the Patriots. Cardinals and Eagles, Eagles. Panthers and Jags, Jags. Raiders and Colts, ooh. Man, I don't know. Right now, the Colts are the 7th seed. If the Raiders win, they got a 30% chance of making the playoffs. If the Colts lose, that brings their chance of making the playoffs down to 26. You know, I love how good the Raiders have been playing lately, but I think I'm going to pick the Colts for this one. Let's see. The Rams and the Giants, Rams. 49ers and Commanders, 49ers. Actually, my friend who I saw last night's a 49ers fan. The couple who I'm friends with who I saw last night at Eagle, they're Niners fans, so go Niners. Seahawks and Steelers. Ooh, actually, I'll pick the Seahawks. Why not? I'll be kind. Bengals and Chiefs. Ooh, man, I don't know. You know what? I'll pick the Chiefs. Why not? I get the Chiefs win. The Chargers and the Broncos. Broncos. And the Packers and the Vikings. Actually. Man, both the Vikings and the Packers are in charge of their own destiny. But I am on the firm belief that it would be so funny and perfect if the Packers wound up making the playoffs and Aaron Rodgers didn't. So you know what? Just because, I mean, listen, I'm sure the Vikings are going to win, but I actually do want to see the Packers make the playoffs just because it would just be the ultimate flipping of the bird to Aaron Rodgers. So you know what? I'll pick the Packers because why not? So yeah, my picks for today are the Texans, the Falcons, the Ravens, the Buccaneers, let's go Buffalo, the Eagles, the Jaguars, the Colts, the Rams, the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Packers. So yeah, those are my NFL picks. Now, let me just do one thing. Okay, so here's the thing. If I can just get through it perfectly. Hold on. Perfect. Okay. So, it's going to be hard for you to try and do this, but I figured considering that there's so much to look forward to in 2024, I'll talk about that stuff tomorrow. For now, I really want to take some time to talk about how just what an overall spectacular year this was for me. I mean, I wouldn't say it started off, grand necessarily. I mean, full disclosure, there was a thing going on at the Horseheads Elks earlier in January that I didn't go to, that I wanted to. Well, here's the thing. In my defense, the people behind that event did not do a good job of promoting the event. And if I don't see the event, chances are I don't know about it, and therefore I missed the event because, again, poor marketing and planning and such. But I'm going to the one in 2024, so definitely going to do that. But I'll talk about it when we get to that. In fact, nothing truly spectacular really did happen until February, when I went to Cabin Fever. And keep in mind, 2022, I was like legit going through heartbreak, and if it wasn't for those 2 weddings that I went to, and frankly, at the very end of the year, which involved my birthday, going my birthday at Lives and stuff, like, I genuinely thought like my year was gonna be bad. So in a way, I'm kind of hoping that 2023 is a year where, I recover from getting my heart broken. However, I knew at some point the feeling of heartbreak was going to rear its ugly head again. So if I were to categorize this year, I would say for like the first pretty much 7 full months, it was just me trying to emotionally and mentally prepare myself for what was about to happen. And in spite of what wound up happening, I still like to think, listen, July 29th absolutely destroyed me emotionally. That was the worst day of this whole year by far. I don't think I cried more in the span of like several days than after that moment. But even though and obviously it probably does seem as if everything I did to emotionally prepare for it was all for nothing, but I swear it wasn't. Because at the end of the day, I tried to do it. And it did kind of help a little bit. I went to Cabin Fever in March. I wound up going to Nick's for the first time before Easter. And that's actually not a big deal. There were several holidays that happened. All the holidays that happened, New Year's, Martin Luther King Day, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Halloween, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Like, all the holidays that you would expect that were good, they were good. So, that's several days of this year that were guaranteed to be pretty solid. That's good. There was going up to the lake where I went to, where I finally completed the Cutler list for Cuca Lake. And I am thrilled that I was able to do that. I can't wait to do that list again next year. Well, technically the list is already made. I just know that I'm able to go to all those places again next year. But again, I have to wait until next year to do it. Because, that. And, I actually got to point out one thing, too. Because, I did get my heart broken, but there was one thing that my mom and dad kept telling me about that I personally need to do before, I can actually know or come to understand, what being in a relationship means. And it was around April where emotionally things started picking up for me in a good way. In fact, I think if what happened in April doesn't happen, July 29th is a whole lot worse. But I forget which day it was specifically, but I believe it was early to mid-April where, I'd gone to like several events, I was doing stuff, I was going out more, I was seeing people more. And it was then I learned what self-love means. like, just the satisfaction of, because here's the thing, I always believe that my family will be there for me, and they are. But for a long time, I genuinely believe that the only way I'd be able to enjoy anything is if my family was with me. And don't get me wrong, I love my family. I don't mean anything bad when I say this, but it could have been farther from the truth. I wound up doing so much more, accomplishing so much more, smiling more, laughing more, being open to my feelings more, crying more in a good way. And sometimes in a bad way. But it was still good because you know what? That's the sort of validation I needed. And it was wonderful. And, you know, I gotta talk about the things that happened at Grist Iron Brewing Company. Cheese Fest and Pumpkin Fest. I went to both of those. They were awesome. I had a lot of fun doing that. Although, speaking of going to Cheese Fest, because I wound up going to Sunday morning mass before I went. Little did I know, one of the families, because it was a First Communion mass. Little did I know that one of the families that was there was the same family that would wind up saving this whole year for me, but I'll get to them momentarily. Actually, you know what? I can't really think of what's going on. I can't really think of much else. You know, we went back up to the lake. That was great too. I think now it's time to get into the real nitty gritty of all this. July 29th. The worst and saddest day of the year for me. Because I mentioned in 2022 I was going through heartbreak. And it was on July 29th that said person who broke my heart got married. It was hard. In some ways, it still kind of is. And it was from that moment on that I really was resigned to just living in the gray. You know, I would exist. I would still be here. I'd be present. You know, again, I have my family. You know, I get to see my nephews grow up, and I'll be a good uncle, and it was, I'd be there, and I'd enjoy being with my family, but I know something would always be empty inside. And then came July 30th, where a shining light in the form of the nicest family ever appeared, and they changed everything for me. And I mentioned this yesterday, but not since I was attorney Powling have I ever been surrounded by a group of people that are warm, friendly, kind, and for once in my life, I felt included. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, my family's always going to include me in everything, but, you know, that's my family. I know I'm not going to be, my family's not going to be there for me always. I know that. So if that happens, what do? Well, it's very clear that, you know, there are people who know me and care. And, from that moment on, everything got better. You know, in the span of the last 5 months, I've been to country music concerts. I went to Grist Iron Brewing Company's Pumpkin Fest. I got to sing karaoke again. Did I mention country music concerts? Or karaoke? Oh, okay. The point is, like, there was those things. You know, football was back in Horseheads. I got to see Horseheads play. It was awesome. I loved doing that. I finally completed the Cutler list. I'm just gonna say this right now. Nick's Pub and Grill in Horseheads, which I've gone to, I wouldn't say a lot, but I definitely go like roughly once a week. They got the best fish fry in all the 607. They do. Go to Nick's Pub and Grill, best fish fry in all the Four Sets of Elmira, Corning, all. Go to Nick's Pub and Grill. Overall, they're in my top 3. I can make this top 2. And you know what? Before I continue on, movies. I got to see movies in theaters again. With Are You There, Guiding to Me, Margaret. And I would see like Guardians of the Galaxy, saw Oppenheimer, I saw The Blackening, I saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Oh yeah. I gotta talk about my grandmother dying, don't I? Yeah. That was sad too. But you know what? That reminds me literally in those 2 weeks, like from like the second to last weekend in May to the end of May, I got to see my family a lot on my mom's side that I hardly ever see. Because we were there for my cousin's graduation from Connecticut College, who is the last cousin in my family to graduate from college. Everyone in my generation of the cousins that I'm a part of, we've all graduated from college. So, that's great. And then come Memorial Day weekend and my grandmother dies. But you know what? We got together for that too. It was beautiful. And look, I talked about my grandmother enough, the one who many years ago said there was something wrong with me right to my mom's face, and that led to a whole series of, events that in a lot of ways led me contemplating suicide. So, again, I guess it sort of hurts less and less, but again, it's kind of hard to undo 30 plus years of damage, And, okay, now let's get back to what I've been doing this year. So, I was seeing plenty of friends I knew before, July 29th, and that was great. But after that, everything just got so much better. Like, again, all that stuff I was doing, seeing friends more, karaoke, country music concerts, going out more again, finishing the Cutler list for the Cuca Lake anyway. And Cuca Lake itself, Cuca Lake's Cuca Lake. That's always going to be good. I found myself going to church more. I'm going to be going to church. I literally went to church last night. I'm going to be going to church again after I upload this video, which is insane. And every once in a while, that family I got to know more and more, and they've included me in more things. And that family legit made my birthday when we celebrated my birthday on Friday night, they made it the best birthday ever. One Piece manga chapters. Egghead Island's been insane. I can't wait to see how it ends, in 2024. So, talk about that. I'm really trying to think if I missed anything. Oh, you know what? I'm going on more birthday parties. Seriously, I've gotten to know, one of the nicest people on the face of the earth. I went to her 38th birthday party at the Raston. That party was awesome. It was great. You know who you are. Man. I really want to make sure I do this right. Oh, you know what? My family who visited from Ohio. I got to see them. That was wonderful. My twin nephews turned 4. My youngest nephew turned 2. Yep. Okay, I'm going to say right now. These last 5 months of my life have been the best 5 months of my life. I feel very comfortable in saying that. As it wasn't easy necessarily, but it was. And as a whole, emotionally, I definitely feel like I got through 2023 a lot better than 2022. The one thing I didn't do this year is, it's something I've been alluding to a lot lately, but there's someone I want to ask out. And this isn't just anyone I want to ask out. Like, anytime I've ever been around this person, I don't think I've ever been so genuinely happy. Like, really and truly, genuinely happy. And I thought maybe I'd be able to ask her out this year, but sadly, I guess, barring some kind of crazy miracle, I don't think you're going to be seeing this person within the next 16 hours in 25 minutes. But you know what? But I'm okay with that. I can still genuinely, you know what? At the end of the day, I need to decide if this year really was great. And you know what? This was a great year. This was a damn great year. Again, even though I didn't get a chance to do that one ask guy girl out, you know what? Forget it. This is the best year of my life. This was a truly great year. Which, I mean, it does make me a little bit apprehensive about 2024 because worst case scenario, I could say that lightning struck once, as in this year was great. But the one thing I think I have going for next year that I haven't had in previous years to this one was the people I've gotten to see and know and be included in. I really do think it's the people in your life that change everything in terms of whether you decide something is good. So naturally, if I stick by them, things should be all right. So I'm feeling optimistic about 2024. I am. Again, I went into 2022. I left 2022 thinking, okay, I'm going to make this a great year. And you know what? In spite of the fact that I didn't get a chance to ask out this girl, I still think it's a great year. I really do. I'm here to say that right now. 2023 was a great year. I'll speak more on this on my live blog later tonight, but I've got nothing to regret. Again, I didn't ask out that one girl, but you know what? It's like that one saying I told you I found. 2021 changed me. 2022 broke me. 2023 opened my eyes. 2024 is the year I'm coming back. And I get the feeling, as long as I'm with those people, you guys know who you are, and if I even get a chance to ask out this girl, full disclosure, I'm so convinced that this girl is going to say no if I ask her out, that one of my best friends and I have a bet going. That if I ask her out and she says no, he owes me $20. So I guess in a way, so it's literally a catch-22 kind of bet. But you know what? It's the kind of bet I'm looking forward to. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling great. Outstanding even. And I do think, in the words of Forrest Gump, that's all I have to say about that. So I am beyond humble that I made this video for all of you guys watching. Enjoy it for today. I'm hoping you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And a happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, everyone. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always here to lend an ear. Always have your back, take care, and make good choices. And for the last time in 2023, 607 all day, baby.